Okay.
All right. Good morning, Tim. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Hey, listen. Last week we had an opportunity to meet each other and start to get to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And we went through some paperwork and talked about confidentiality. But to start today's session, I just wanted to reiterate about confidentiality because it involves the court. Okay?
Well, yeah, because I'm really worried that, my boss is going to find out. So far, he hadn't found out that, I got busted and went to court.
Okay. So what I want to tell you is that what we say in the sessions is under strictest confidentiality. I'm not going to tell anybody anything that's repeated here. However, I am required to tell the judge that you're showing up for your appointments and that you're participating in the process. Other than that, I'm not required to tell the judge anything that's said between us.
Okay.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that you understood that and that was
Just
clear.
me and you. You don't even tell my probation officer
No,
or parole officer
everything
if it goes through with all that crap?
What you say is between you and I, unless you specifically request that I talk to somebody else and tell them something. Okay?
All right.
So, how are you feeling today?
Oh, pretty good.
I see you scratching a lot.
Well, I got kind of a crawly feeling sometimes over my skin.
Okay, so I'm wondering, have you been using drugs?
Well, no. I mean, that's how this all came about. My doctor gave me a prescription for Vicodin for my back.
All right.
And well, I ran out, and and the doctor wasn't available on the weekend, so I just bought some of the same pills from a friend.
Okay.
It's the same pills. That's what I kept telling the officer. Look, it's the same pills. I got a prescription.
Okay.
But he sat there and busted me, and I'm like, it's the same pills.
Okay. So, have you talked to your doctor since you've been arrested? Have you spoken with your doctor who prescribed your medication?
Well, I see that doctor, about every 30 days for a med check. And, that's kind of where this problem came from. I went in for a med check, and she told me that, I wasn't due for any more pills because she kept looking at this date. And I said, well, that's the date that the prescription was written. That wasn't the date that I picked them up. And she said she couldn't write anymore,
Okay, and do you know why she may have said that?
Not really.
So I'm thinking that Vicodin is a controlled substance, right? And when something is a controlled substance, it has the potential to be abused and for you to become addicted to it.
Well, and the judge says that. I'm not addicted. I just need it for my back pain, And it's like the stuff stopped working, so I just doubled the dose every once in a while.
Okay, so I want to go back and ask them a question that you didn't all the way answer, and that was, have you been to see your doctor since you were picked up on the drug charge and went to court?
I've seen a doctor.
Can you tell me what kind of doctor?
Well, it was a general practitioner. See, I was thinking about changing doctors.
Okay.
Because I really don't get along with my main doctor.
Okay. All right. So, Tim, I am also going to tell you that substance abuse is not necessarily my forte, what I do the best at. But I did agree to take your case because my supervisor does specialize in substance abuse, and she's agreed to counsel me to help you. Okay? So that is one person that I would like your permission to be talking about your case with so that she can help guide us.
Okay.
All right? So
is she going to keep everything in confidence?
It will only be between her and I.
Man, this is bad.
Yeah, we're not going to be talking to your boss.
I gotta have this job, so I have insurance to pay for my medication because I need the medication.
Okay. All right, Tim. So I'm wondering that what you're doing right now. You ran out of medication.
Mm-hmm.
You bought some medication from the street.
Mm-hmm.
You were arrested for that purchase.
Yeah.
You went to court.
Yeah.
You came to see me,
Uh-huh.
and you still haven't been to a doctor. So where are you getting your prescription medication from at this point?
Well, I'm not. I mean, you don't have a good doctor you could recommend that I could go to go ahead and get this prescription filled.
So actually, I'm not in a position to recommend a doctor to you.
Okay.
Because, again, substance abuse isn't my forte. And I hear you say...
See, they keep saying abuse. It's not abuse.
Right,
I've
I
got
hear
a
you saying
prescription.
that. I hear you saying that. And I want to say that even if you have a prescription, you can still abuse medications. Where did you say that you're getting your medication from?
Well, this came from, where is it? I know it's on here. This came from Dr. Stockman. That's my regular doctor, but I just need to change doctors.
Okay, so I'm wondering if right now I'm wondering if you should actually be talking to the doctor that's familiar with you. What do you feel whenever I say that?
Well, I mean, I can, but like I say, it's time for me to change doctors.
Can you tell me more about that?
Well, I mean, she doesn't ever want to fill my prescriptions, and, I'm looking for a doctor that, I don't have to see every 30 days. Do doctors find out about arrests?
I don't think that doctors are investigating the court system. So unless you tell your doctor, it's unlikely that they're going to find out about it. But I'm wondering what you think whenever I tell you that it might be better for you to tell the doctor that this has happened and explain.
Well, I would tell, I guess I could tell the new doctor.
Okay, so I'm going to ask again. Why do you feel that it's difficult to go see your old doctor? Because your old doctor doesn't know you.
Well, I mean, my old doctor, she kept doing those med checks every 30 days, and she...
I want to think that those are standard, Tim. Whenever, under certain classes of medication, that they require those med checks.
You're saying if a person had more than one doctor?
I don't think so, and I want to say that there is a registry. When people are taking certain classes of medication, there's a registry, so that if you went to a new doctor, they would know what your prescription looked like from your old doctor anyway.
Well, I know that they got to get the records, but I figured it had to take a couple of weeks. I know there's a process.
Okay, so I want to go back to two questions again, all right? The first question is, what is it about your old doctor that's making you feel like you don't want to go see her when she's the doctor who has known you for the last several years, understands what happened originally, understands the course of your case and what has happened to you?
I just don't think she knows how much pain I'm in all the time.
Okay, so you don't think that she's hearing you? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're telling her I'm in pain and this
yeah.
prescription isn't covering my pain and she's not hearing you?
Yeah, and I asked her, I keep asking her if she can make it, a heavier dosage.
Mm-hmm.
And, she doesn't do it.
Okay, does she explain herself to you?
Well, she says that, the pills can be dangerous, kind of like what you're saying, which is kind of what the judge said, that you can get addicted. And I know there's the opioid crisis, but, that's not me.
Okay.
I'm not addicted.
Okay, and I hear you saying you're not addicted. Can you tell me how you know that?
Well, because there's a reason that I take these pills, or the pills I no longer have, and that's to to get rid of the pain.
Mm-hmm. So
I have a reason that I have to take these. I mean, an addict, they just take them for fun. I'm not taking them for fun.
Okay, I'm not sure that that's exactly. I hear what you're saying. You're saying that you have a reason to take the medication,
Mm-hmm.
and therefore it shouldn't be termed addiction.
Right.
But I want to say, Tim, that people, whether or not they need medication, can sometimes become addicted to it. And addiction does look like I need more and more of it in order to solve the problem I'm trying to solve with it.
Yeah. Well, the problem is that it's like the pills kind of stop working. So if I take more of it, the pain goes away, and I feel real good. When I do that.
Did you explain that to your doctor?
Well, yeah.
And what did she say whenever you told her?
She said that this was the highest dosage that she could write.
I wonder, Tim, do you think you might be willing to try a different sort of medication?
Yeah, sure.
Have you?
So I'm sorry. What was the question again?
I was wondering if you think exploring other medication might be a solution that would help you.
Yeah, I'm willing to explore all sorts of medications.
Did you talk to your doctor about that?
Yeah, didn't. And she said, there are some other medications, but if I had to have a higher dosage, I might have to go to the hospital. Well, the hospital just for a higher dosage.
She said that you may have to go to the hospital with
If
a different sort of medication.
Yeah, because we talked about morphine, because when I broke my back, I was originally on morphine.
Okay.
And that managed the pain really, really good.
Okay. And then your doctor said...
Well, my doctor said that when I was discharged that I didn't need anything quite that heavy, and that the pain should be subsiding over time.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So you broke your back. When you were in the hospital, they used morphine.
Yeah.
But when they released you, they changed you from morphine to the thing that you're using.
To the Vicodin, yeah.
To the Vicodin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she keeps trying to step the medication down.
Okay.
And I'm like, we don't need to step down.
Okay. Has your doctor talked to you about like physical therapy or things like that?
Yeah, I did physical therapy.
You did do physical therapy.
And I mean, it like stretches the muscles and stuff. But
did it make you feel any better?
well, little, but
But you still had the pain.
Oh yeah.
Is your doctor a primary care physician?
Uh-huh.
So I wonder if it might be time to look for a doctor that manages pain specifically.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, if I could get a new doctor, I think I could solve my problems.
But you know where I think that you would find that person is through your primary care physician.
I don't know.
Do you know why I might say that?
Probably the same reason that she doesn't really want to prescribe me. She keeps saying that, that I might have to go to like Alcoholics Anonymous, but I'm not an alcoholic.
Okay, so she's thinking you might have to go to like NA, like Narcotics Anonymous.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's already kind of told you that she feels that you're addicted to the Vicodin?
I don't remember her saying that.
But she did recommend that you go somewhere like Alcoholics Anonymous?
Well, that, she said because I've been on it so long, yeah, maybe.
Okay. So I would recommend that you find the pain management doctor through her because, again, she is the one who was with you when you injured your back, and she's the one who's followed you along to the progression of your case. So her recommendation would be more valid than a recommendation that you would get on your own.
If I went to something like that, do you think that'd make a difference with the judge when it comes to sentencing?
If you went to
A Narcotics Anonymous group?
I can't answer that because I haven't really sat down and read what the judge had to say. What I know about the situation is that you told me that it was court mandated when you called me, right? And then I got some paperwork from the judge that were asking me to report once a month on A, were you coming to the meetings, and B, were you participating in the process?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You know.
So I can't. Did the judge leave your sentencing open until after we've completed our 25
Yeah,
weeks
he
of
wants
mandate?
a report that my probation officer is supposed to write, because this guy will become my full-time probation officer if it's just probation. But, you know, I mean, there's
Tim, I'm wanting to ask you one more question. I asked
Uh-huh.
it before, but you avoided answering.
I don't avoid anything. I'm participating.
Okay,
I mean, that's what you're going to tell the judge,
I
right?
am definitely going to tell the judge
Okay.
today that you are here and you are participating.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you getting your Vicodin from right now?
I don't have any, see?
Okay, so when did you start itching? Like I see you itching and you're feeling like you said kind of crawling feeling?
Well, yeah, but
When did that start?
that started after I made bail.
Okay. Have you had any Vicodin since you've been to jail?
I wish.
Okay, so you have not. And I'm wondering if the sensations that you're feeling are actual, the physical sensations of withdrawing from that.
I might have got into some poison oak or something. I don't think I'm addicted.
Okay. All right. So, you know what? I think that that's something we need to explore more. And I would like permission to talk to my supervisor about how to explore that with you.
That will still remain confidential,
It's
right?
still confidential.
Okay.
And I actually don't need to give her your last name or anything like that. I just will reflect to her what you're telling me and get guidance on what's the best way I can walk you through this process. So when you return to the judge, you feel really confident and have moved into a different part of your life and are ready to proceed in a different way.
I got no problem going for the judge and being confident. I mean, like I told him, I don't have a problem.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to be out of time for today. But
Can you give me the name of the pain doctor you're talking about?
so, Tim, I suggested to you, do you remember the suggestion I made about how to find the pain doctor?
Oh, yeah, yes.
What was my suggestion?
Primary care physician.
And why did I suggest that?
Because she knows me and she knows my history.
Do you think that if you go to her and you ask her for a referral to a pain management doctor, that she will deny your request?
Well, no, she probably won't deny it. But I'll probably have to listen to that speech again about how it's a dangerous substance and stuff. I mean, the FDA wouldn't approve it if it was that dangerous.
I don't know that I can agree with that.
Well,
Okay.
you know, I mean, it's a government-controlled substance. We trust the government for everything.
Well, and it's controlled for a reason, and it's a Class A controlled substance, right? So they take very seriously prescribing that medication. I don't think that your primary care physician is going to deny you access to a good pain management doctor. And a pain management doctor is likely to attack the situation from several different angles, not just medication.
Like more physical therapy.
It could be. I'm not a pain management doctor, so I'm not sure, but I want to say that pain management doctors are looking at the problem holistically. So they're going to take a look at more of who you are and what your circumstances are, and how long you've been using medication and why you've been using for medication,
Mhm.
and then try to find ways to help you manage that pain. On a scale of 1 to 10, how is your pain today?
It varies a little bit between 3 and 4, I would say.
Okay. Is today a typical day?
Well, today's a weird day because got that forecast of rain, and I think it might rain today.
Okay. So does that, when you say, I think it might rain today, does that mean that
The pain could go up pretty easy.
okay, it could go up, so you feel like you're...
I feel like if I took a Vicodin, I could ward off the pain that might come.
I see. So you think that using Vicodin, like proactively,
Mm-hmm.
is a good thing to do?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So that you don't get into the pain.
yeah.
If the pain starts, and then you take a Vicodin,
Uh-huh.
does the pain go away?
Well, yeah, it does. Takes about 15 minutes, but,
Okay. Okay, which isn't an unreasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I try to figure, okay, if I'm on, if the pain's coming and I take it, ahead of time, then I don't have that little hump to get over.
Right,
You know
I
what mean?
understand what you're saying, and I think that the pain management doctor can actually investigate those kind of things with you, and it may be that you should be taking them. I'm not a pain management doctor, but that you might be should take a medication on a regular basis instead of as needed.
That's what that primary care physician said, take a leave, take ibuprofen, use this as a last resort.
Gotcha.
But, I just...
But again, I hear you saying that was pretty unstructured, that it was kind of
As needed.
as needed.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if the pain management doctor can't actually set things up with you for a higher structure, so that you're reducing your pain all the time till it's like maybe more at a 1 to 2 level, and it never creeps up to the 3 to 4 level.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I think that that's the kind of the goal of pain management medication doctors, and they specialize in that, right? That's what they do. So I would like to see you go back to your primary care physician and get that referral from her and explain to her what has transpired.
I'm going to tell her that we talked.
You may.
And that you thought that would be a good idea.
Absolutely.
And then, maybe I can go there pretty quick.
Yeah, and you know what, Tim, if you want me to talk to the doctor, you can sign a release at her office and allow her to call me, and I can talk to her about it too.
Yeah. Yeah, because then maybe the pain management doctor will come back a little bit quicker.
Okay, so how long do you think it will take you to make an appointment with your primary care physician?
Well, I'll make one. I could do that urgent care thing with her. She does that 3 days out of the week. Today's what?
Okay, so she also works at the urgent care?
No, she has what she calls urgent care
Where it's kind
hours.
of open?
Yeah,
Okay.
where, it's like sick call.
Okay.
So, and she does that 3 days out of the week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
That's
Today's
good.
what, Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, so, maybe I could go tomorrow.
Okay, so you know what I would like for you to do for us is I want you to go see your primary care physician tomorrow, ask her for a referral for a pain management doctor, and then I want you to give me a call and let me know that you've accomplished that, and let me know if there's anything that I can do to help facilitate that so that you can get in to see the pain management doctor as soon as you can.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
That sounds good.
Okay, and then I'll plan on seeing you back here next Tuesday,
Sure.
and
sure.
Maybe with a little luck, you might have already gotten in to see the pain management
Oh,
doctor.
yeah. Because maybe I'll be kind of like a different person with medications. A lot of my friends tell me I'm different.
You're a different person with the
Yeah.
medication. Okay. Well, I think those are things that we're going to explore, you and I are going to explore,
Okay.
and that you also need to be exploring with the pain management doctor.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Does that sound like a good plan?
Sounds great to me.
All right, so I will wait for your phone call tomorrow.
All right.
Letting me know that you've accomplished step 1, and if there's anything I can do to help you, and then I'll see you back next Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Don't do drugs.